Alright, and here we are. This is going to be the Week 3 recap, coming back at you right after another 2-0 victory. So, starting off great. Hey, 3 weeks, 6 games played, 6 victories. So, hey, love to see that. Starting off extremely strong, absolutely loving the start. Hoping to keep this momentum into Week 4. Playing against Vaughn, I think, next week. So, gonna be a pretty hard one, but hey, I believe in this team to keep it up. That being said, this video is about this week against the Regigigas, the Rain Team League. Well, I guess technically the second Rain Team, but this is the Rain Team. The other Pelipper guy is not the Rain Team. No, this is the Rain guy. That's pretty much the only real thing his team does. Other than that, he has his Squires, I guess. Copperaja and Golurk are kind of separate from Rain, and Iron Jugulus. But frankly, all of those are kind of handled pretty handily by Hippo and friends. So I wasn't really worried about that. I was pretty much primarily concerned with that Rain. Ogerpon is definitely a concern. I have a lot of grass weeks on this team, like Milotic and Hippowdon and Quaquaval, so Ogerpon definitely a concern, but also Hippo, again, just handled so much. This week, obviously he handles the weather, but he also handles this Archaludon very well, switching into anything he wants to do pretty much. If he's Spadef Hippo, he eats up even Draco Meteor. Electro Shot obviously doesn't do anything to him, able to roar him out if he wants. So, that is going to be an obvious bring for this week. But Hippowdon goes absolutely crazy. But if you'll notice something here, there is not great hazard removal on this squad. The only hazard removal on this team is going to be that Fortress. So, that made me do some thinking. Against this Ogerpon, one of the biggest threats, it's superpowered down my Archaludon. Sorry, my Duraludon. You can superpower him down if it gets that +2 boost. Got me thinking, hey, Ogerpon can't hold items. A lot of these Pokemon are not going to be holding heavy-duty boots, especially Game 1. What if I bring Sticky Web this week? It could go big, and it can bring me a lot of fantastic speed tiers, like making my Archaludon outspeed Ogerpon and Metav. So that's what I ended up doing. I based my game plan this week around this Kricketune. We finally brought him. Bug Turner Berry at his moment. I guess I have 4 EVs left over. I forgot to put them in. Not like it really matters, because not really gonna help Kricketune bulk now, is it? But yeah. This is pretty much the standard Kricketune set if I ever am going to run him. The main reason is just because Sticky Webs are so good, and you just tack on some nice support moves on top of that. Endeavor, obviously nice with Focus Sash and Knockoff, pretty nice click against most things. Taunt is here because of a reason that we're going to talk about later, but moving on from that, when I'm pairing webs, I obviously want to pair it with a spin blocker, and who better than Decidueye, the only ghost type on my team. Able to switch very nicely into Fortress, and ghost type in general is just a very nice click, so gonna be very, very happy to click ghost type. Even has that secondary grass type to threaten a lot of the water types on this squad. But again, nothing wants to threaten that ghost type. We can even boost that Poltergeist with that Terra Ghost. So, pretty much an auto include here, I think. Has some nice bulk investment. This speed is to outrun Ogerpon at -1. This 234 benchmark, you're going to see this again here with this Archaludon. Again, this is just to outrun that Ogerpon at that -1 benchmark. Because it just adds a lot more flexibility when we're able to hit it hard at pretty much every point except for this Hippowdon slot, which is going to be next. Again, we already talked about how Spadef Hippowdon is going to be crucial this week I was able to get so many switch-ins and also switch the weather around in this weather matchup. So, a very obvious bring there. Ogerpon was more of a game 1 bring. My plan initially going into this was to bring webs game 1 and try and cheese out a win that way. And then force some awkward switches, some awkward adjustments, and try and take it home with some proper adjustments going into game 3. That didn't end up happening. We just ended up 2-0ing, but I still like this Ogerpon set. Spikes, because it's honestly the best answer to Duraludon. Hitting Duraludon for a superpower is like kind of nice, especially when I have King Hippo switch into it, but Spikes just hit so many things on this team, and I figured it was probably worth doing that over just going a superpower set and maybe lowering my attack at the wrong time. So that's why Spikes are here. Didn't end up clicking them at all, but they played out pretty nicely in mocks, so maybe there's potential there. This guy, of course, is my answer to the Ogerpon and the Barraskewda. Very scary mons, but resists water, resists grass, and even superpower from these two is doing like 50 max, so I'm so heavily invested into that physical defense. So, very nice answer here. I even have Terra flying. I obviously wanted to Terra this guy a lot of the games because Ghost is such a nice click, and its speed Terra is so nice with sticky webs, but I brought Terra flying just in case, you know, I needed to resist a close combat or something. And Scarf Darkrai is such a good click here. Absolutely no dark resists, except of course for this Tauros and this Iron Jugulis, who I wasn't particularly concerned about because of my Hippowdon being a great switch in, and at that point, I wasn't really scared of Iron Jugulis for the most part. He's not even a great switch in into Dark Pulse, but even then I have Ice Beam and Thunder switch in. This last slot wasn't really all that important. I could have gone Trick here. I could have gone Thunder Wave. But Will-O-Wisp is here to threaten some of the physical attackers like Ogerpon and Archelodon and Fortress. And even Kilowattrel, who I can't Thunder Wave. Obviously, Ice Beam hits him very hard. I think if I had to do it again, I would go Sludge Bomb in this last slot. I believe it picks up the Oko onto Ogerpon. So, that was maybe the pick there. But, hey, live and learn. Either way, Dark Stab just looks so incredible here. So Darkrai just felt like such an obvious bring here. Especially since Scarf Darkrai will outspeed that Barraskewda once webs are up. Assuming it's not boots or anything. But, yeah, -1 Barraskewda is outsped by Scarf Darkrai in the rain. So, it felt like very nice speed control. Pretty much guaranteed to be the fastest mon once webs are up. So, that was pretty much my thoughts going into Game 2 about some of these moves. I mentioned I would bring this up later, but Manaphy is a big threat. So we had to engage the Kingambit protocol. Now, what does the Kingambit protocol mean? It means that all 6 of my mons had to have a plan in case Manaphy comes out in front of them. Alright, in case I kill a mon or he doubles out in front of them, each mon needs to have a plan for Manaphy coming out. Now, for this guy, it was taunt him. You know, make sure if it's the Take Heart set, it doesn't get off boosts. If it's the Tail Glow set, I can Endeavor it, potentially. I'm going to be faster with webs up, so hey. Decidueye, Leaf Blades it. Hippo, Roars it. This guy, Horn Leeches it. This guy, Dragon Tails it. And this guy, kills it. With Thunder. Or Dark Pulse. But yeah, each and every one of these mons needs to have a plan in case Manaphy comes out. It's just that threatening of a mon. In case of the Take Heart set, if you just let it run rampant, it'll win the game. But even with the Tail Glow set, ugh, Jesus. The Tail Glow set, even if it's just one turn you let it have, it'll run you ragged. So, I mean, we can have that. Each and every one of these mons had to have a plan or when that Manaphy comes out. Even if it didn't look that good, I thought it looked pretty bad. But if I don't plan for it properly, you can just win the game. And I would hate to have that happen in draft where I can see it coming. So, it's just that threatening of a Mon. Even though I don't think it's that great, you still have to respect it. That's one of the best parts of it. You just have to respect it. So, going into game here, obviously we're going to lead Kricketune. You know, game 1, there's some, surprise factor. Here comes the Ivy Cudgel. Boom, Endeavor by Ogerpon. And just like that, Darkrai gets his first kill. You're going to be seeing that a lot. Here comes the Spin Block. You know, this guy gets to click as he pleases. Here comes the +2 Poltergeist. Misses. All good. Life goes on. Because now Darkrai is able to come out and just click Dark Pulse as he pleases. Again, we have Hippo to switch into this thing. Even with Toxic Spikes up, which I didn't expect him to bring. But, I mean, was a pretty nice addition into this Hippo. Not really enough. He's able to chip down this Archaludon, which, since he has no Iron Jugulus, is pretty much his only job in this game. Right? So, now it's in Dark Pulse range, and I'm able to just click Dark Pulse pretty much until the game ends. Like here, where he brings out Barraskewda. I did the calc in game 2. I should have done it game 1. But, hey, these things happen. This is also a pretty clear line to victory. Just switching to Duraludon. If he close combats me here, it's a 2-hit KO. And life goes on. But he does that, and now he's almost certainly in Dark Pulse range. Modest Dark Pulse range. Alright, just bring this out. And it's killing something here with this Dark Pulse. And he brings out Kilowattrel. Here he comes here. And now, no matter what happens, I still have that Sturdy available in the back. Even when Darkrai dies here. Even if Ogerpon's slower. But he's not. Which is surprising because I actually have 0 speed invested into this guy. So that must mean... I'm saying... it's because he's -1. I believe he specs. Yes. He's Choice Specs Kilowattrel. But, that's the main reason why, so... yeah, he gets that -1. Ivy Cudgel able to clean up. That's game 1. Going into game 2, I'm assuming he's just going to attack me. Make sure I don't get that Endeavor off this time. But that's fine, because my goal is still just to get webs up. And I do just that with my Focus Sash. So, that's a trade I'm willing to make. I'm able to try and pressure this out with my Duraludon. You know, get a nice T-Wave off on his Fortress, because one of the flaws of the set is it's not really able to threaten Fortress. But it is able to invite it into Decidueye, which, as you see, is going to go crazy. Brings out the Terra Ghost. This is so much damage. This is pretty much what confirms to me that it's like Specs or some other boosting item, but likely Specs. Here comes that Decidueye. Gets some nice leftovers healing, and some nice 2-hit KOs. And here comes this guy. Hits him with the Terra Ice. Lives on 1%. Clutch. Shout out to Decidueye. And now everything is still outsped by the Decidueye since the webs are up, so he has to bring out Politoed. It's one-shot by Poltergeist, and Decidueye going absolutely crazy. From here, my Hippowdon has almost no use, so I keep the Spin Block and, more importantly, the Sack, and just reset the weather. Now that his Politoed's gone for good, I just win the Weather War. That's that. My Darkrai is poised to win. My Ogerpon also poised to win, especially once we get some damage onto this Fortress. This guy goes down. All good. It'd be your own sand. But now this guy can come out and click Dark Pulse. And, I mean, you can just do that till the sun comes home. Even though the webs are gone, he's still going to be faster thanks to that Scarf, and he can just keep clicking. It kills since it's modest. It's like an 86% roll. Not 100%, but hey. Shout out Darkrai. Mon's weak, and we get the flinch for good luck. Hey, love to see that. Not like it really mattered. The game was over anyways, but hey. Shout out the flinch. And that's gonna be the end. And okay, listen. If you look in the logs for this game, there's gonna be a lot of talk on luck and how yes. Go back to turn 8. Let's go back to turn 8. All right. This turn, yes, is getting this low roll unlucky. Yes, it's like a 30% chance. Will I ever feel super bad for someone missing a 60% chance in Pokemon? Absolutely fucking not. This is the fucking game we fucking play, man. I'm sorry if you can't get over. I'm getting it out.
With Shopify.
Fuck you, Shopify. Dude, clutch up!
Online, on social,
Oh
in person,
my God.
and on the go. Get the tools you need to sell the
Oh
way you want.
my
Powered
God.
by Shopify.
This is the fucking game we fucking play. People hit egregious luck every fucking game. Alright? There's fucking room for egregious luck every fucking turn because of the crit mechanic, man. Because you click a move that's 90% accurate. I missed a fucking poltergeist last turn, last game. That would have been huge. That shit's 90% accurate. Alright? It just fucking happens. You fucking take it and you move on because that's the fucking game you play. When you sign up to fucking play Pokemon, you inherently sign up for a luck-based game. That's just how it is, man. And sometimes you look in the calc and it says 60% chance to kill, 66, whatever. 70% chance to kill, and you click that move and he lives. Alright? And it's unlucky. But you know what? God damn it. I will never feel bad for someone missing a 70% chance, bro. That's just fucking Pokemon, and that's just exactly what you sign up for, man. And god damn it, I don't know, man. Maybe there's some other shit you need to look at if you think the 70% chance is the problem. Yeah, or maybe this just isn't the right game for you, because that's just how it is. Alright. Well, that's about all for this one. In summary, shout out Kricketune, the GOAT, undefeated in the league. Of course he is. Bug Trainer Berry. Had to pull out the Bug Trainer icon for this. But hey, shout out to Decidueye. This was his debut. This is also Duraludon's debut. So 3 Pokemon who have not seen the starting lineup for this week making their debut. Decidueye in particular went insane. Duraludon played his role, and of course, I mean, Kricketune is pretty much only here for these webs, but they went fucking insane also. So shout out Kricketune, obviously. But I mean, hey, I'm feeling great about this week. I haven't dropped a game yet, so hey, love to see that. So feeling good, feeling fantastic about my team. Haven't felt any reason to not feel fantastic about my team. And that's that. It's gonna be all from me today. Wanted to record this before I go to bed, you know, get all my thoughts out there on the same day. So there it is. GG's. It's a good series. And I'll be back next week.